Connection and empowerment. The reason why we chose to talk about both of these things is because these two qualities are, in our opinion, the very core essence of our message, right? What we're trying to do as a company and how we're trying to change lives and keep building more leaders. We obviously cannot accomplish that if we cannot connect with people and if we can't build genuine relationships. And of course, without connection, we can't empower others to take action. I want you all to think about a leader, a mentor, or a manager, even a family member who made a real impact in you. And don't think about what they told you to do. Think about how they made you feel. And I want you, everyone, to, in one word, just type it into Kahoot. Elaborate just as to why this was important to you or why you chose this word.
So I think that that was my first option, but I think that it's because you feel their trust, right?
Amazing. I couldn't agree more. And that's real leadership, right? Before people remember your instructions, your meetings, or your strategy, they will remember how you made them feel, right? And if you trust them, you're more than open to change what's going through your head. And this takes us directly into the first topic that we'll be discussing today, which is connection. Right now, connection is not just about being friendly, right, and trying to make small talk with others. It's also not just about having a good energy and good intentions in your message. Real connection happens when people feel that you understand them, right? That you believe in them and what they're capable of, and that you're willing to walk with them, right? Not just send them somewhere. And here's the big message I want you all to start thinking about. Connection is the bridge between vision and action, because without connection, people may hear your message, but they may not buy into it. Right. And if you remember when Maxwell talks about connection, he says leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand, right? Which means that before people give you their effort, right, they need to know that you actually care for them. Before they follow your direction, they need to feel that connection, right? And this can be sometimes hard for us as leaders because many times we're action oriented, right? We want results, we want movement, we want people to buy into the vision right away and start working on it. But connection reminds us that people are not machines, right? People don't respond just to instructions, they respond to trust. So here's another activity to get us going, guys, and this one does not have a right or wrong answer. I want you guys to tell me, as a leader, what do you think comes more naturally to you? This doesn't mean that leadership is about who's more popular, right? But rather, it means that the influence you have is built through that trust.
When the leader feels seen by their leaders, they are more willing to voice ideas, take ownership, and go beyond the minimum.
And I explained my project and whatnot, and he said, what's important to you, it's important to me. And like 1 or 2 days later, I received a message from Rusty and AK saying, hey, this is the follow-up of the project, and this is our plan and whatnot. And it felt really good to feel heard and cared about, like whatever I cared about, they care about, and we bring the vision to life together. So
at the connection in action. So we're going to look at some examples of when members and leaders are connected and when they're not. Okay, so first we're going to look at a team that is disconnected. Before that connection, you see they're silo, transactional, and people do their job and log off. That team, they're working for themselves. They're not really connected with the team. They're looking out for themselves. Once that connection is there, after you see there's a regular check-in, share wins, and the team ritual built real familiarity. Engagement rises and people step up voluntarily. So people start stepping up once that connection is there because they know it's not just them, it's a team effort. Number 2, we look at the invisible employee. Before there's a connection with the leader or with the whole team, they feel like they're just a number. They seem unseen, unheard, and undervalued. They're just there and they're putting up numbers. They don't know if they're doing good, if they even matter. But once that connection is done with the leader, a leader takes genuine interest, asks, listens, and remembers what's going on with the employee gains confidence and begins to lead them by themselves. So you got to build the connection so they could have the confidence, so they could go ahead and lead themselves, and they could go ahead and take the next steps. And now for the lost purpose, we have a team member that I just do my task and I don't see a bigger picture. They don't believe on the goal. They don't believe in the mission and vision. They just go ahead and go about their day. But once that connection is built and the mission and vision is instilled in them, after they work is connected to a mission, impacted, made visible, and shared. People own their role by their own why. So you got to show them what's the purpose and the why that we have here for the team to go ahead and strike together. Okay.
A powerful reminder that connections is where everything begins. Because when people feel connected, they feel seen, heard, and valued. And that's exactly where empowerment starts. So, empowerment means giving people the authority, resources, and trust to act without constant approval. Maxwell says only secure leaders give power to others. So, authority, you are allowed to decide. It builds ownership, speed up decisions, and feel valued and capable. Resources, you are equipped to succeed. Training, tools, information, and guidance are provided to make effective decisions and take initiative. Trust, we believe in you, creates psychological safety. This is the heart of empowerment. Trust turns employees into owners, not just followers. So let's have a quick visualization. Okay, looks like we have a split answer here. I know that was a tricky question. So the cue there is at the end of the week because it focuses on the outcomes. It has a clear checkpoint, and this shows trust. You handle, just keep me informed. And let's check the leaderboard. So still Wally is on the
Wally!
lead.
Wally.
By Hazel.
Wally.
Competitive.
I'm a gamer.
Competitive.
Sorry.
Good job, guys. Let's create more heroes. Today, let's be intentional, show up, lift others, and take one action to help someone thrive. That's how we win together. And empowerment doesn't start with permission, it starts with mindset. And now, Sally will show us how that mindset turns everyday people into heroes.
Diagnostic, right? The zombie culture, the living dead of the office. People who have stopped thinking and start simply executing, right? So my question for the next 10 minutes is, how do we stop being zombies? So to explore that, I want you to do something with me. So close your eyes for a moment. Imagine that we are 100 feet underwater. We're on the nuclear submarine, the USA Santa Fe. I am the captain, and you are my crews, right? I will give a command, and my command is increase speed to 2/3. You repeat it back. You execute immediately, no hesitation. But here's the problem. On this submarine, there's no such a 2/3 setting. It does not exist. You already knew that. Every one of you knew that. And yet, you still follow the order. Why? In zombie culture, obedience becomes more important than thinking. People stop questioning, they stop reasoning, they simply execute. The director says, launch the campaign this Friday, but the team knows that the links are broken, the images are blurry, and the landing page isn't ready.
Ay.
All right. So the correct answer is the yellow one because it demonstrates ownership, proactive thinking, clear reasoning. So the team is thinking out loud with full accountability. They're making decisions, showing their work, and the intent-based leadership in a single sentence. So let's see who got the first one. Oh, it's
Ooh.
still Wally.
It's Hazel.
Hey, so! Girl!
Gotta step it up, Wally.
Stay silent anyway. When following the order matters more than speaking the truth. So now I want to pick up exactly where she left off. We know what this empowerment looks like, but here's what I want to explore. What actually fixes it? Not a policy, eventually not a reorganization. Before systems, before models, what do you think empowerment really starts with? I'll tell you at the end, but first, let's find out how well this room knows its leadership instinct. We're going to do a quick activity together. Your best leader has been quietly hitting targets for months. Lately, they seem flat and uninspired. What should you check first? The bigger purpose of their work. And when someone who consistently performs well suddenly seems flat or uninspired, the issue is often not capability. It is usually emotional disconnection. And the scoreboard is still Hazel.
Amo Hazel.
Congratulations, Hazel. I want you to notice every single one of those questions. You've probably lived at least one of them, right? Either as the leader causing it or as the person feeling it. Every answer maps to one dimension of the space model, the cultivate model of organizational empowerment. Empowerment is not one thing. It is 5 conditions that have to exist at the same time. And underneath every single one of them is the same foundation, connection. So, because here is the truth. You cannot empower someone you are not connected to. So something powerful happens. People stop waiting for permission. They start saying, I see an opportunity. I have an idea. I intend to lead this. That shift from compliance to ownership is where empowerment truly begins. For our action item, think of one person on your team right now, someone you need you to believe in them, meet with them, and identify which dimension of space they need from you the most. Share your experience in the JM West. Fair, over to you.
Nice. All right. Congratulations, everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody, wants to know the results, right? That's why you're all waiting for. We skipped the podium on that last question to keep the suspense, but now we're going to go ahead and reveal our winners. So let's go and take a look at the podium. In third place, we have Mr. Wally Flores. Because we get Mr. Josh
Yeshua.
And on first place, none other than Hazel.
Hazel! Hazel!
Winners,
Got
guys.
this, girl.
First place gets $50. Second place takes $25.
Oh, really?
Third place takes $10.
The runner-up, $100.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Let's go have a great day. Inspire team members to be 1% better, and make some happy clients.
Let's go.
All right, Kevin, you can close your eyes again now.
Bye, everyone. Bye.